What do you see in the, I guess, in the future of glaucoma treatment research?
I could spend a day talking about that. In terms of therapeutics, the big jump will be when we learn how to treat the neuropathy itself, the optic neuropathy, and right now everything that we do is focused on lowering the eye pressure, because that's a major causal risk factor. Even for people who don't have high pressure, so there are some people who are very susceptible even to lower pressures, and in those people you have to lower the pressure further still. And that gets challenging. But we don't have anything that directly treats the nerve, that makes it stronger, that prevents it from degenerating, or that even can regenerate new nerve fibers for ones that have died out. So I think that will be a huge advance in glaucoma when those things happen. I think the other huge advance will be, as we talked about earlier in the discussion, taking the patient out of the delivery system, whether it be by devices or whether it be by gene therapy, or whether it will be by stem cell replacement of the trabecular meshwork, so that you get back the filtering capacity, the drainage capacity that you had when you were younger, and you won't need any of that stuff. I mean, that's another approach. And all that stuff is happening in research environments, in model systems, in animals, even in human eyes, in post-mortem human eyes that are in organ culture, and so that you, in essence, keep that local tissue alive, and then you can do these kinds of experiments on them. Patients who donated their eyes to medical research and they die, and the eyes are removed and very quickly distributed to a waiting scientific laboratory that's geared up to do these kinds of experiments. So yeah, I think we're on the cusp of a lot of exciting. In my area, those would be the exciting areas: gene therapy, stem cell therapy, related to pressure, and all the what I'll call the back of the eye neuroprotection stuff. And again, within that area, devices and new biological products, if you will, pathways and products. Well, there's a lot of program here, as you can imagine, with 10,000 people in a big facility like this. And obviously we tend to look at the things that we're most interested in. So, for someone like me, I'll go to the gene therapy sessions, I'll go to the presbyopia sessions, but there are other things that just strike you. They say, I want to learn more about that. Somebody's got a device for one thing that they're going to talk about, or a technology. I'm going to say, I'm not really interested in why they're talking about it, about maybe they're focusing on a retina disease, but I want to see if I can adapt that, because I understand a little bit about what they're doing. See, if that really works, I could use it here. And so you'll go and hear a talk that may be way out of your area of interest because there's a piece of it that you want to hear, and you may even want to collar the individual afterwards and say, look, I'm so-and-so, I'm doing thus and such, can you spare me 15, 20 minutes because I want to talk to you about that, what you just showed on the screen. But again, if you try to do it just kind of random, that doesn't work. That isn't going to. It's not an efficient use of your time. You have to be a little bit focused. So like any homework, if you want to get the most out of the meeting, you have to do your homework. And of course, we're all time challenged, and I don't do my homework as well as I did when I was younger. On the other hand, being older and more experienced and more disciplined, I know what I'm looking for. I know where the holes in what we are, and I can look at a program and say, there's a hole filler in there somewhere. Or at least I get to talk to the people who understand this technology that I'm trying to use and not doing very well with it, even though they may not care about the disease that I'm interested in at all. So there's a lot of stuff like that goes on, and I don't know that I need to try to go into too much more specifics than that. Otherwise, it gets very arcane and technical, and probably not where we want to go in the limited amount of time that we have. So.
And then from there, I guess, we'll close it up asking